Okay, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you will see this video. Currently, I'm in London, I believe on the outskirts, yes, of London. And I'm with Sean, who is an entrepreneur. He has opened a restaurant, which I should give a bravo to him. And we're going to get his story, and hopefully, it will change your mindset and your life about making online business and offline too. If it's the first time you're seeing this cute face, please subscribe, like the content, comment below, and do not miss a second of this video. So let's go. So Sean, how did you start with this business?
I worked here 12 years, and so when I started, I was 24. I came to the business, and just 3 years ago, I started the business.
Okay, so previously you were an employee, as you said, right?
Yes.
Then, like what, 3 years ago?
3 years ago, I took over the business.
Took over, which is very good. That's a big push.
Yes.
So, if you were to look back, do you regret taking over the business, or you wish you were still an employee?
It's got its positive and negative. So the negative side of it is you don't have time for yourself. You have to spend most of your time in the business. You have to come to work 10 o'clock, finish 12 o'clock in the weekend, because that's our busy period. We stay here through 3, 4 in the morning. Whereas if you're an employee, you can have your day off. You know, if you want to go on holiday, you can go. And also the most important part of it is actually a staff. A staff can give you a lot of headache.
Really?
Oh, yes.
So why don't you go back to be an employee now? Can you?
I can't now.
Oh, you cannot,
No,
huh?
no, I'm in the business, so it's. But the positive, the rewards are, yes, you've got a good income, and
How much do you normally make per year as a business?
it really depends.
In general.
Previous years you can do 160
That's per year.
per year.
It's about $200,000 per year, which is okay.
Yes,
Five
and
figures.
yes,
Sorry, 6 figures.
and if this year, for instance, it could be lower, but on average, it's
How do you retain a customer?
smile
That's it. You just smile and he comes back. Eat every day, huh?
every day, and just talk to them. Just be open, talk to them, give them a good time when they come, and you don't need to sell them. If you have a good character and you can talk to your customer, they will come back to you. And
They normally say never mix business with pleasure. Do you believe in this?
no,
Why you don't believe in that?
because I think it's a combined. Both of these are combined.
Okay, 1 minute.
Is that okay?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Now come closer, please. Yeah. So, what are your goals for the future? Say 5 to 10 years from now.
Is to maybe expand this business. So looking at different locations, and hopefully open my second business very soon locally. Yeah.
Now, what's your strategy in keeping yourself motivated? Because sometimes, business, you said that you work long hours, right?
Very long hours. I spend nearly 110 hours a week.
A week. Okay. Now, it's natural for you to get demotivated. How do you keep that motivation going so it gets you through the 100 hours per week, right?
It's end of the year's holiday.
Also, you look forward to the holiday.
Holiday.
Okay.
I usually take a holiday once a year. So, and also inside the business itself, I always try to make changes within the business. So, I probably make the environment different for myself. So I change things around. It just to make some changes makes you, it makes you
More positive.
more positive. Exactly.
Now, you mentioned that you have employees. Now, you mentioned you have two employees. Now, would you increase these employees over a time, or you believe it's sufficient to have two employees where you have more control over them? What's your mindset about having people work under you?
It can be challenging because employees usually they like to they just like to get paid, and
Don't like to work, huh?
yeah.
They really work, solely from their hearts.
Yes, you won't get that nowadays. It's very very difficult. But thankfully I have some good stuff, and I made good relationship with them, and we work like a team. So when you look after them, they obviously look after you back. So
They say teamwork is dream work.
exactly. Yes.
Are you an introvert or an extrovert?
Introvert.
Why do you say you're introvert? Why?
I'll just like to stay in my own circle.
Well, in this business world, I think you have to either have a 50% range or even an extrovert more than introvert in order to succeed in the market. Do you think?
To be honest, I think if you ask my customer, they will say I'm an extrovert because I talk to them a lot,
Okay.
and we know all about them, and but in general, yes, introvert.
What's your mindset each day in terms of accomplishing your goals? Is it short term, long term? What's your
Definitely long term. Definitely long term. So every day you work towards something bigger. I have planned. I have plan for the future. So yes.
Now, you said that you have plans. How do you keep yourself accountable? And if you fall short of these goals, how do you punish yourself, or how do you get back on track?
Just keep pushing yourself on what's your goal is. There will be times when you feel like you haven't done enough to do, but then if you just go back and focus more, doors would open, and you will get to where you want to be.
Do you believe in social media as a mean of pushing your business forward?
100%.
To what were you doing before? Like when you were an employee, did you depend a lot on social media at that time, or it's just when you have your own business you saw the importance of?
When I got my own business, 100%.
Why? Okay, which social media platform do you see as the pivoting point to push your business?
I think Instagram is very important, and I think all social media, Facebook, all of them, they all have. I've got customers who obviously they're my customers, and they come inside, they take videos. When we have a good time with the customers, they take videos, they put it on social media, and next day I get 10 people coming in asking me, "Oh wow, I never introduced myself to them. They don't even know." And then next day they come, "Sean." I say, "How do you know my name?" And they said, "Well, we've seen the Instagram post." So it makes a huge difference. Yeah.
Now, in terms of strategies, what's your strategy let me rephrase that. Now, if someone was to start again, or you were to start again, the business again, from scratch, zero, how would you get the necessary funds to move on from that 0 point? Do you believe in loans, or do you believe in what's your idea of starting from zero again? May God forbid.
Many people think that you need to have lots of money to start a business, but I personally don't think that you do need some capital, but it's not everything. I think there are so many creative ways of making to do your business and wanting to do well, and to start a business. So I think there are options. Yes, it's not just the capital.
Now, we know that this is a restaurant where you sell chicken and chips. Now, can you give me a scenario where you had a customer that was not satisfied and you pleased them instantly? Yeah. Can you give me a scenario like that, please? And what you did, how did you tackle that situation?
I've had customer throwing a bin at me.
Really? So what did you do? Did you dodged it?
But the thing is, they throw a bin at me, and this is a regular customer and we know him, and
Maybe he was drinking, right?
I know his son, I know his wife, I know his children, but you know when they are drunk,
He was drunk.
they don't know what they're doing, and I didn't say much really, but the customers obviously, the other customers who were in the scene, you know, they were all very disappointed, and they were all like, you know, giving, you know.
What did you do? You gave him an extra piece of chicken?
No, I just told him to leave, and 2 days ago he came back. He's apologized, and you know, just start again.
Okay, so he flipped the page, right? A new page. Okay. Now you have employees under you. What suggestions would you give to your employees if they listen to this video? From your heart, things that you have been holding back, what you like to express now?
Just work as if it's your business, you know, because doesn't matter for your personal, if you ever want to do well in the future, don't just think that forget this guy now, but when I do my own business I'll do well. It's not gonna happen. If you want to do well, you have to, in everything you do, you need to do well. Yeah.
So you mentioned that you look forward to the weekend, the end of year events, right? When you take a break. Now, if you put your mindset just towards the end to take a break, don't you think that will have an effect on your health in a short time basis? How do you think? There has to be perks before that. Or what's your view on delaying that point of pleasure? Why do you delay it? It should be like on a weekly basis, because if you're off that mindset, people might just get turned off with entrepreneurship, right?
If you ask any businessman, they will say the same thing, you know. When you start a business, the first few years is quite tough. So you have to be on top of your business. You have to keep a very good close eye on, you know, everything that's in your business. But then the rewards again, you know, is you have to think short term or long term. If I'm putting lots of hours now, is in the future, you know, I may not need to work the same hours, you know, as I continue to doing now. So, you know, I'm thinking long term. But I think for somebody, if they want to think short term, then they want to have their weekend off. They want to have, you know, go on holiday regularly. But that's a choice I made.
How do you deal with competition in the market? Someone opens up next to you, the same chicken restaurant. How do you deal with it?
I think it's all customer based. So customer service. It all comes down to customer service. 10 more shops can open next to me, but if I'm good with my customer, and if I've made that relationship with the customer, they will always come back to you.
If someone wanted to start a business like this, what mindset they should have before they actually start it? Give us just a general.
Just passion. It's all about passion. If you enjoy your job, if you like your job and you want to do well, and you know you work hard, then I think you'll be good.
Okay. Okay. Anything else you want to say? Any advice, tips you want to give to the general entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs who are
focus and know what you want, and I think that's the most important, for what you want to achieve. I think, focus is very important.
Focusing on what you want. Excellent. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for your time, Sean.
Thank you.
And please visit this young man location. Where is it?
Henley-on-Thames, Smoky Fleck.
Yes, that's on the outskirts of London, right?
South Oxfordshire.
Okay. And please support me and support this guy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.